If education really gives us future, then why are lakhs of educated youth sitting at home with no jobs? Why does a degree that takes years of hard work fails to give even a basic employment? And why are so many young minds slipping into depression? Not because they are weak, but because the system failed them. India, the world's largest youth population, is standing at a crossroad. One side dreams, the other side unemployment. Every year, millions of students enter the job market, but job creation does not match job seekers. According to a multi-labor report, India produces more than 1 crore job seekers every year, but only a fraction receive meaningful work. This is not a sudden crisis. It has been decades in making. In 1990s, Indian middle class believed that education is the key to success. Parents sacrificed their savings to send their children to school and colleges. Study hard, get good marks, secure a government job or a respectable private job. This idea became a cultural rule. The job market did not expand at the same speed. Early 2000s saw the IT boom and gave a temporary hope, but that did not observe the massive population across all sectors. Today, unemployment looks different from the past. Earlier, illiteracy caused unemployment. Now, even highly educated students, diploma holders, postgraduates, engineers, MBAs, and PhDs are jobless. A shocking reality is that thousands of engineering graduates have applied for positions like clerks and police constables. Even PhD scholars have applied for a peon job in the last few years. This shows the value of degree has weakened in the job market. The problem becomes more serious when we understand the category of unemployment. Open unemployment. Youth actively search for jobs but unable to find any. Underemployment. A qualified person working in a low-skilled job simply to survive. Disguised unemployment. Multiple family members working in a small-scale business or a farm without increasing productivity. The last one is educated unemployment, a degree without employability. Reports also show that unemployment rate among educated Indians is higher than uneducated Indians. The youth spend years in studying, but the labor market prefer skilled individuals, not just degree holders. The COVID-19 pandemic added fuel to this fire. Millions lost their jobs during lockdown. Small businesses shut down and formal hiring slowed drastically. Even after economic recovery, companies adopted automation, AI, and cost-cutting techniques and hiring few people. Freshers suffered more because companies prefer experience over training. Today, the situation is such that parents are worried, youth are helpless, and the society refuses to understand. The pressure of unemployment does not only remain financial, it turns emotional, psychological, and personal. Before we understand its effect, we must understand what causes this crisis in the first place. India's unemployment problem is not a single-rooted issue. It is a chain of interconnected factors, many of which have grown unchecked for decades. The first major factor is India's population growth. With 140 crore people and the world's largest youth population, India simply cannot create enough jobs to match demand. Every year, colleges and universities produce millions of graduates, but industry, on the other hand, does not expand at the same speed. Second, there is a massive skill gap. Students study theories, books, and outdated topics, but companies need practical skill. For example, software engineering student graduates without real coding experience. Business student finishes MBA without marketing or finance skills. Degrees do not match market needs. Third factor is AI and automation are replacing repetitive jobs. Machines do not need a salary or a leave, so companies automated the task to reduce cost. Jobs in banking, customer support, logistics, and clerical work are shrinking. Our fourth factor is excess competition. For every government job, thousands candidates apply. For a railway vacancy, more than 25 lakh applicants have applied in some cases. This extreme competition pushes youth into exam preparation for years with no guarantee of employment. Fifth factor, economic instability and global shocks. Recession, pandemics, inflation, and global conflicts reduce hiring. Startups and tech companies are also laying off workers despite funding. Sixth factor, reservation and politics. Different communities demand reservation, sometimes leading to prolonged protests. On the other hand, many youth believe that reservation reduces their opportunity for a job. While the intention is equality, political misuse creates conflicts instead of solution. Seventh factor, poor industrial growth. Manufacturing should create large-scale jobs, but India heavily depends on service. Agriculture still employs more than 45% of population, but contributes a small percentage to GDP, meaning millions are stuck in low-income work. Finally, lack of career guidance worsens everything. Students randomly choose their degree due to family pressure or social pressure or trend. Many graduate from the fields that have limited job scope, not because they had passion but because no one guided them. All these factors come together to create a massive unemployment crisis, and the first victim are always the youth. Unemployment is not just a financial problem, it silently drops mental health and self-confidence. A student spent 15 to 20 years in education system with one belief: success will follow. When joblessness hits, the shock breaks something deep inside. The first psychological wound is self-doubt. Young people start believing, maybe I am not capable. Even toppers and hardworking students lose confidence when companies rejected them repeatedly. The second emotional factor is comparison. Society also compares relatives, friends, cousins, neighbors. Social media also amplifies this. Seeing others succeed makes unemployed youth feels like a failure, even when they are not. Third comes the financial pressure. In Indian families, parents invest everything in education. Youth also feels guilty for becoming a burden. Even if a parent never complains, emotional pressure is still intense. Fourth, isolation. Many unemployed youth stop attending family gatherings because they fear questions like, where are you working now? Or like, when will you get a government job? They avoid conversations to protect their dignity. Fifth, depression and anxiety. According to recent reports, millions of unemployed youth struggles with mental health conditions, not because they lack talent, because the situation is unfair. Sleeplessness, panic attacks, hopelessness and stress become very common. Sixth, relationship breakdown. Many youth avoid relationships because they feel insecure about their future. Sometimes relationships break because of unemployment, causing even deeper pain. Seventh, anger towards the system. When students realize that years of education, years of hard work did not give them employable skills, they feel cheated. They lose trust, not in themselves, but in the system that failed them. The saddest part is psychological issues are ignored. Society tells them to work harder, study more, give more exams without understanding the mental state. Youth are not lazy. They are tired, confused, and unsupported. The Indian government has also launched many schemes to support employment. Skill India Mission, Startup India, Make in India, Manrega, Digital India, PMKVY, and more. These initiatives focus on boosting entrepreneurship, manufacturing, and skill development. Skill India tries to train the youth in practical skills. Startup India provides loans and opportunities to young entrepreneurs. Make in India encourages companies to manufacture within the country to increase job opportunities. Manrega support rural employment with guaranteed wage work. PM Digital program aim to modernize job opportunities for digital literacy. Many state governments also run internship programs and job fairs to help youth enter the workforce. Recruitments in public sectors like railway, defense, police, and education continues based on vacancies. However, these initiatives somehow have limitations. First, skill development programs often teach generic skills, not job-specific training. Second, funding and implementation varies across states, causing uneven results. Third, manufacturing growth is slower than expected, so large-scale job creation is not happening quickly enough. Fourth, delayed recruitment and long pending exams push youth into uncertainty for years. Fifth, the private sector demands experience even for entry-level jobs, creating a dead end for freshers. Government's efforts exist and are necessary, but execution needs to be faster and more targeted towards employability. India needs not only job schemes, but a complete reform of education to employment pipeline. The root cause of unemployment lies deep down in our education system. The Indian education model focuses on marks over skills, memory over understanding, theory over practicals, and competition over learning. Students are trained to memorize things instead of thinking it. Creativity is punished, mistakes are mocked, and curiosity is replaced with the fear of exams. By the time students reach college, learning becomes mechanical. Most colleges use outdated syllabus. Labs, internship, real-world exposure, career guidance, and industrial connection are missing. A degree becomes a piece of paper, not a proof of skill. Compare this with Finland, one of the most successful education model in the world. In Finland, there is no board exam pressure, no ranking or comparison among students. Students learn life skills, creativity, critical thinking, and collaboration. Teachers are given respect, training, and resources. Students get practical learning and emotional support. Education is free and equal for all. Finland prepares students for life, not just exams. In India, on the other hand, students feel like machines preparing for marks. Practical learning begins too late. Students choose degree they don't love. Colleges don't teach employable skills, and companies don't hire based on marks anymore. This is why even educated youth feel skillless. They spent years learning but didn't learn what job market demands. When they step into the real world, everything looks unfamiliar. They feel forgotten and unprepared. Unemployment is not a personal failure, it is a structural failure. A failure of system, policies, institutions, and priorities. Our youth are not unskilled. They are underserved by a broken system. Talent exists everywhere, but opportunities do not. They are a victim of education system that promises success but never prepared them for real world. For years, we told our students, study hard, get good marks, and life will be successful. But the truth is, the system did not give them the tools the real world actually needs. And today, millions of young Indians are carrying a silent burden, the burden of feeling not enough, even though they did everything right. Every small town, every small village, every classroom is full of dreamers who would have changed the world if only we gave them the support they really deserve. The day Indian education system start valuing skill over marks, creativity over memorization, mental health support over pressure, and equal opportunities over privilege, everything will change. That day, unemployment will fall. That day, confidence will rise. That day, the youth of India will finally get the future they deserve. A strong India is not built by toppers alone. It is built by thinkers, creators, problem solvers, artists, and fearless young people who believe in themselves, even when the system does not. So if you are watching this, remember, you are not behind. You are not a failure. You are a product of a system that needs a change. And your voice matters in bringing that change. And before you go, if this video make you think, and if it connected with your story, or if you believe these conversations should reach more people, like the video and share it with someone who needs to hear this. And don't forget to subscribe. Your support motivates me to bring you more meaningful stories, deep research, and honest conversations to you. Thank you for watching. This is Harinder signing off. Let's meet in the next video. Until then, stay strong, stay hopeful, and keep believing in your dreams.